It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. This is Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It is Thursday, August the 7th, as it is about the top of the hour. I'm feeling Minnesota. Paul Fletcher, let's dive in, shall we, to the deep end with some headlines.
All right. We love it when our own do well. A NASA astronaut from Minneapolis is set to launch on a mission to the International Space Station next summer. Dr. Anil Menon will head up to space in June of 2026 as a flight engineer and Expedition 75 crew member, NASA said, for about 8 months. Menon said his experiences growing up in Minnesota inspired him to become an astronaut. He said one is going to the Science Museum of Minnesota and the Omni Theater. He loved it there. He also said he'll have a little piece of home with him when he heads to the ISS. I'll have my Minnesota flag that I can bear proudly, so I'll fly that as well.
I would imagine going to the ISS for 8 months is cool if you actually know ahead of time you're going to be there for 8 months, as opposed to the astronauts last year who were supposed to be there for 8 days. Okay, real quick, off the top of your head, just think of the people that went to high school with him, because they have the ability to say something I don't think you can top. Oh, my buddy from high school, he's an astronaut. Yeah. Don't tell me he's a U.S. senator. Don't tell me he's on a show on the WB. Nothing compares. Oh, my buddy, I haven't seen him in a while, but anyway, he's in space now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
I couldn't agree more.
God.
The Library of Congress had to quickly respond to outrage for removing some key sections of the Constitution from its website. Large parts of Section 8 had been removed, and Sections 9 and 10 were deleted altogether. These sections mostly have to do with the powers that Congress has and does not have, as well as limitations on the powers of individual states. The deletion follows senior Trump administration's official Stephen Miller's threats earlier this year to suspend habeas corpus. The Library of Congress responded to the backlash by saying these sections were missing, quote, due to a coding error. They were they were restored. Like all of a sudden the coding changed on it. They were restored yesterday afternoon.
Nothing says let's make America better than taking away all the best parts of America.
That's right.
Habeas corpus kind of matters.
Fitting, we follow that up with help. Was released on August 6th of 1965, so it turned 60 years old yesterday. The UK, in the UK, and reached number one with singles like Help, Ticket to Ride, and Yesterday, also topping those charts. The album helped distance the group's ties to its past and set the stage for Rubber Soul, which arrived 4 months later as a significant shift in style for the Beatles.
Let's just stop right there for a hot minute. 4 months later, they put out Rubber Soul.
I know,
Help is a great album. And then, 4 months later, a groundbreaking, Nothing's the Same Anymore album. Yeah. Because that's how they rolled back then. Huge part of my life, the album Help. I was 6. My brother Tom, sick of my playing the Bee Gees album I'd won as a door prize repeatedly, he handed me Rubber Soul, Help, and Meet the Beatles from his collection. Said, listen to these instead, because he couldn't stand Barry Gibb's voice. I put on Help, and when Ticket to Ride came on, I just started air drumming. And I didn't even know that. I didn't know what that was a thing. I invented air drumming as far as I knew. And I went, oh, my God, I'm a drummer. I'm not kidding. That was, I remember that like it happened today. And those, the great syncopated groove on the verses of Ticket to Ride. I was like, what's happening? I can't stop my arms from doing this. And that was it.
That's cool.
That was it, man. So the album Help, probably listened to it in the year 1970 about 106,000 times.
Excellent.
There you go.
The conception.
Yes.
Perhaps.
The number one album at the time of my birth, for whatever it's worth as well.
Nice. Well, when people go wandering around the Capitol naked, things happen as a result. New security measures began yesterday at the Minnesota State Capitol. The Department of Public Safety says fewer public entrances will be open and there will be an increased security presence in those areas. Now there are 2 entrances with a total of 4 doors located on the south side of the Capitol during regular business hours. Used to be 14 doors open. The State Patrol says it'll continue to reevaluate security at the Capitol complex.
Quick question. Ever been in public fully nude? As an adult?
As an adult?
Yes.
No.
Public,
no.
Not in public. I mean, gym locker room doesn't count.
No.
Really
I mean,
that's a
the place
normal
you should be
place
naked.
to be naked.
Yes. I mean, like you never were just like hanging out in Stillwater and said, you know what? I'm just hot. I'm just going to go down to the nothing.
No.
Okay.
It's been so hot in Stillwater before those boat cruises.
That's
I have
true.
very much thought about being naked.
All right.
But no.
No, nor have I. Just
haven't
curious.
stripped down yet.
Just making sure this isn't something that everyone else is getting in on and I'm just missing the boat. All right.
Listen, here's the thing with the legislature. They already have problems getting work done. We can't be sending naked people in there. They're never going to accomplish anything.
Very true.
Right. That's a distraction.
They got to keep focused.
The legislature, both House and both state and national, they're the inventors of squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Hang on, wait. No, put that vote aside. Squirrel.
100%. United Airlines experienced a nationwide technology issue that caused flight delays at various airports. The problem, which began around 5 p.m. yesterday, was related to systems that manage flight information. Despite resolving the underlying issue by 9 p.m., United warned of continued delays as they restored normal operations. Passengers faced frustrations and delays, with some being stuck on a tarmac for over 2 hours. That's the worst.
Man.
Yeah, because the air's not circulating properly. That's brutal. United assured customers that they would cover expenses for controllable delays and work to get passengers to their destinations.
Oh, man, there's nothing worse.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Nothing worse than pushing away from the gate and then going nowhere for hours. I've had it happen a few times. Absolutely sucks.
It does really suck. What song has been performed by a rock artist the most times in concert history? A new study took stats from setlist.fm, which do you guys use that? I use that all the time, to find out which song rock bands have performed over 1,500 times. And there's one that's way ahead of the others. First of all, if you haven't looked, do you have a guess on what the song is?
Hold on. So they're looking for songs that have been performed by the
Performed
actual the original artist.
Yeah,
obviously.
it was
not,
a little
not
unclear.
covers.
I read it
1,500 times.
Yeah, over 1,500 times.
Okay, you gotta have a lot of concerts. Okay.
So who's touring all the time?
Yep.
Ugh.
I mean, most bands after a certain number of years way cut it back.
It's
but
got to be a Def Leppard song, right?
It's funny. I was going to say Metallica just because I know they toured relentlessly in the 80s and 90s. They never seemed to come home. But then Enter Sandman was 10 years into their career, so it might not be that. It might be one of those early ones, for whom the bell tolled.
Yeah. Okay.
You're on the right track, but there's a guy. There's a guy who's been touring a lot longer. Alice Cooper's "School's Out" comes in at just over 3,000 times performed.
Damn.
Good God Almighty!
Wow.
That's why I was like,
You don't have to tell. You don't have to remind Alice to play the hits.
Hell
No.
yeah.
Holy smokes!
he probably plays "School's Out" at the beginning and the end of every show, right?
Yeah, I
Why
would.
not?
Care to guess what was number 2? At least by my compilations, or another one that was really high. Another band that's been around for a long time. You're a fan.
I mean, Dylan never comes off the road, but nobody never knows what the hell he's singing.
Chicago band.
A Chicago band.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Band.
Oh,
Cheap Trick? Aren't they Chicago?
Oh, bite your forked tongue.
Sorry.
Rockford, Illinois.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Man, the people of Rockford are upset right now.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Cheap Trick.
Yeah, I want you to want me 2,239 times.
No kidding.
That's
And
also one they should play twice a set.
They really should.
And Def Leppard. So a credit to Ryder for sniffing
there we
out another one that ranked up there quite a bit. Rock of Ages, 2,081 times.
Really?
Yeah,
Not pour some sugar on me?
Well, that was later into their career, too.
That's
though, right?
later. That's
Okay.
87.
All right.
Rock
Makes
of
it
Ages
tougher.
going back to Pyromania, isn't
This
it?
has to be covers, too. It's unclear. I read the whole article because I was like, this can't be, but I mean, it doesn't really distinguish.
That's a whole. Alice Cooper. He probably does that with Hollywood Vampires. He probably does that.
Yeah.
If Alice Cooper sits in with a hotel lounge band, they probably knock out Schools Out.
Of
So
course.
yeah, that's a lot of Schools Out, man.
It really is. NFL teams are no longer allowed to give ammonia and smelling salts to players during games because they can be used to mask potential signs or symptoms of a concussion. And one player has really reacted significantly to this.
Okay.
49ers tight end George Kittle is not a big fan. He went public with his anger, saying that when his team got the memo, he was, quote, distraught all day. I considered retirement. Come on, man.
What?
Calm down.
Seriously?
We've got to figure out a middle ground here, guys. And he added that he has used smelling salts before every drive during games.
That dude's a goofball.
Okay, George, we might
He
have
is
a
awesome,
problem. You might have a problem here, bud.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that. Smelling salts before every drive.
Yeah. Apparently.
Holy smokes! There's some. You're trying. If you have to clear the brain fog every drive, we've probably. You know what? At this point, grandfather him in.
Yeah.
No, let him go. I mean,
go.
my God.
Yeah.
I think the damage is already done. He's not going to remember any of this in 10 years. What do we care?
I picture him like curled up in the fetal position and crying in a corner somewhere about smelling salts.
Man, that's rough.
3 staff members from a U.S. research base in Antarctica were evacuated to New Zealand due to medical emergencies during extreme winter conditions. The U.S. National Science Foundation requested the emergency evacuation for individuals who required urgent treatment despite challenging travel conditions. A Royal New Zealand Air Force aircraft successfully transported the patients to Christchurch for medical care. The flight, which included medical personnel, navigated through extreme cold and darkness using night vision goggles, making it one of the most challenging trips in Antarctica ever. The evacuation took nearly 20 hours with a brief stop for refueling on the ice. Unreal.
Holy
Crazy
smokes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Digest all
you're
that.
never, ever going to have to rescue me from Antarctica. I promise you.
No.
Oh, like one of my personal goals is to drink a beer on every continent. I've got 2 left. I'm down to Africa and Antarctica.
No kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm feeling
Like
pretty
that.
good about this now because I might be really, really old before I get to Antarctica. So it's nice to know they can scoop me up if something goes awry.
They certainly can.
Man. A woman in L.A. had to be rescued from a chimney on Tuesday. Witnesses say she was dancing on the roof when she fell into the chimney.
Sure she was.
It's unclear what her intention was or if she was on anything, but here are some witnesses explaining what they saw.
You would think it's a show that somebody put on and, the show's over, but it wasn't a show, it's reality.
I just see a lady on top of the roof. She's like pulling her shirt up, then pulling her pants down.
Oh, okay.
She's just on the roof like dancing. And I see her hands like waving out the chimney, just screaming, help, help, help.
Oh, she was just high on life.
Yeah,
A little
probably.
bit,
Yeah.
A fun fact that I just read, she yesterday ended up being arrested after authorities say they found her trying to climb back onto the same roof and headed to the same chimney yesterday.
Well, she's got to practice for Christmas. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
It's only like, 4 or 5 months away?
Santa's embarrassed. I can say that.
She's got her marching orders. Shirts up, pants down, go.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a weird thing from the world of sport. Mm-hmm. The Minnesota Twins just won their first series since the All-Star break. They beat the Tigers 2 out of 3 in Detroit.
I know. Detroit's been good this season. I think
They have the best record in the division by a mile.
Wow.
A 9-4 victory at Comerica Park. Great pitching performance from Thomas Hatch. For everyone going,
Wow.
I'm sorry, who? Thomas Hatch. This is not a guy that came to the team in one of those trades they just went through. No, Kansas City just put him on waivers on Monday, and the Twins were like, well, we'll take him.
Oh,
and they
sure,
just threw him out there. Dude's 30 years old. It was his best outing, longest outing in more than 3 years, 4 1/3 scoreless innings. By the way, we talked about rookie second baseman Luke Keeschall yesterday.
Yeah.
Last night, a pair of doubles and 3 RBIs.
Well, there you go.
Seriously, get a ticket to Target Field between now and the end of the season and go see Luke Keeschall play.
Go root
He's
on the
real good.
Go root on the University of Minnesota Twins.
That's exactly that's right. Oh, by the way, a woman named Jen Powell is going to become the first female umpire in Major League Baseball history this weekend.
There we
time.
go.
Damn straight.
cool.
It's only 28 years after the NBA had its first female ref. 10 years after the NFL had their first full-time official. So, hey, right on. The Minnesota Vikings this Saturday playing in their first preseason game. J.J. McCarthy, very excited, talking to the media yesterday. He said all the right things. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a good test for us.
Yeah.
Very excited. He's fired up. Just to remind everybody, my man went 36-2 in high school. He went 27-1 at Michigan as their starter. His only loss was in a national semifinal game where he put up 343 yards passing, 52 yards rushing, and threw for 3 touchdowns. He's good.
Yeah.
He's going to figure out the NFL.
It's promising.
It's very promising. I'm going to look back quickly because sometimes you forget or you miss greatness as it's happening right around you. On this day 21 years ago, Greg Maddux got his 300th win. He was with the Chicago Cubs where he started his career.
Yeah.
He's the winningest pitcher in baseball who started his career after World War II, 355 wins. He's one ahead of Roger Clemens, and he did it the whole time, never throwing over 92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
No.
The professor, right? Wasn't he the
15
professor?
games. He won 15 games, at least 15 in 17 straight seasons. Oh, and by the way, 18 consecutive gold gloves. So if you forgot, just take a moment and go back and look at the
decent hitter, if I remember correctly, as well.
A great hitter. He's the best baseball player I think I've ever seen in person, and I saw him a ton. And every time I would just go, this makes no sense. It was absolutely incredible.
Being a Cubs fan back when he was with the Cubs, it was insane to watch him just, I mean, what did they call it back in the day? Like paint the plate or whatever? I mean, he just put it wherever the hell he wanted. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he would throw any pitch at any time, at any count. He was completely unbelievable.
Awesome.
Hey, Lindstrom, Minnesota. Lindstrom, good to have you with us this morning.
That's an awesome Saturday day trip. If you've never done Lindstrom before, absolutely get up there.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Have gone through several times.
Yes.
And every time I'm like, hey, let's stop there. Look at that place. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Kind of makes me feel like I'm in Scandinavia when I'm up there. Go crazy.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Had something weird happen yesterday.
Okay.
Early evening, a buddy from Chicago texted me and he said, hey, turn on a PBS if you have the news on your PBS station. And I turned it on, and Judy Woodruff, been on PBS forever, a journalist. She's interviewing my brother, Doug. I was like, wait, what?
That's cool.
Huh?
Yeah,
What?
he's the county judge executive of the third biggest city in Kentucky, and he did some whole AI polling to figure out where the city's going to go next and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you think he might have mentioned that? Hey, Judy Woodruff's going to interview me. She's, been a PBS person for 50 years.
Right.
I mean, it's like saying Dan Rather or one of those. Yeah. She's been around forever.
Oh, absolutely.
And I texted him. I was like, anything you want to tell me? He goes, oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad. I was like, yeah, thanks. Anyway, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Almost as cool as a situation that happened in St. Johns County, Florida. Now, that's where St. Augustine is, just a little south of Jacksonville on the Atlantic side.
Gotcha.
A homeowner looked into their pool in the back and not that surprisingly saw an alligator just going for a dip.
Not that surprisingly. I think it's surprising when a gator shows up in your pool.
Gators are like robins in Florida.
Yeah.
They're in every tree.
Yeah.
You just look around, you see a worm, you see a gator. Anyway, so of course she calls the police because that's what I would do if I saw an alligator in my pool. And a sheriff's deputy showed up and he was like, he had the body cam on. He wanted to be there to record the situation. And he just said, look, well, I'll just handle this.
I got you. You're fine.
Wow. Obviously, you grew up here.
Yeah. I know. You're mad. I know. What are you in?
I'm just hearing the gator growling.
She said, obviously you grew up here because he just reached in and pulled it out with his bare hands.
Yes.
That's how he got the gator out of the pool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not one of those like 13 footers you see on a golf course, but it was, even a small 3-4 foot long gator, what they have is teeth and really strong jaws.
Yeah, take your finger off easy.
Those things are pure muscle. It's just like 3 feet of one giant muscle writhing around.
Yeah, just reached in and just grabbed him and pulled him right out. And by the way, I love that audio because you don't get a lot of gator growls in a day.
No, that was a good one. And you know what also struck me about this is just how humane and he was like sweet to the guy. He's like, oh, you're okay. You're okay. And then he straps him into the back of the squad car.
Well, sure.
Yeah, at the end,
safety first.
He said, well, I better put this seatbelt on you.
Yeah, so great.
There you go, big guy. I'm going to take you to a safe place.
Cop.
I'm an old school type of fella, which means I just don't trust reptiles. That's it. I just don't care. No, if I see one coming, I'm assuming he's going to turn his. I'd take my chances with a bear over a snake.
Really?
The reptiles. There's, you look in their eyes, you don't see anything. I'm pretty sure if I. No, who am I kidding?
You do have those dead eyes.
I live in a giant metropolitan area because I just don't want to see much wildlife. Really, that's at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to.
That's what National Geographic is for? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly right. You used to have a stack of them in the house. I'd flip through those pages. That was fantastic.
Oh, cool wildlife. Look at that.
Speaking of wildlife, speaking of wild animals, hey, the list is in the strangest pet insurance claims of the year. Nationwide Insurance just posted its HAMBONE nominees for the year. HAMBONE nominees meaning craziest claims for pet insurance.
All right.
Okay.
Pet health insurance. Every year, a bunch of pet owners, they got to go to the wall and go, hey man, here's a claim. This actually happened. I sadly don't have pet insurance for Chauncey. I would have saved me. Well, they would have kicked him off after a certain amount of time with all the issues he's had.
Right.
They would have been like, dude, just take that story walking somewhere else. But I look back at it every year when I see this list announced, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I think about that?
Yeah.
But there's some good ones on here. If you've got a pet insurance claim story, feel free to share it with us, 651-989-ROCK. How about this? A dog in Tennessee got sick because he could not and would not stop eating cicadas.
Ooh.
What?
I don't know that I want to eat something that's that noisy.
That
would be a huge turnoff for me.
If you've ever seen a cicada up close, there are a few things in the natural world uglier than a cicada.
Meaty, though, probably.
The one thing I think that would be uglier is seeing a cicada after it's gone through the digestive tract of the average American mutt.
I mean,
that's ugly.
With their hearing,
Yeah.
they probably attracted to that sound. It's
Oh
like,
my
oh,
God.
this is lunch.
It's got to be like a chainsaw to a dog's
Maybe.
ears, the sound of those cicadas.
Yeah.
Having been in
Maybe.
several cicada swarms,
Right.
the volume is astounding when you open your front door in the morning and you're like, why are 7,000 weed eaters happening all around me right now?
Right. And
Dogs
this
have
dog
dogs have pretty good hearing, right? Like
Oh,
better
real
than
good.
humans? Okay.
Oh, way better than humans.
Yeah, and this Tennessee dog probably just said, I got to eat these things.
Yeah.
Shut them up.
They're apparently rich in protein. So I'm being serious.
Most bugs are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, get
Feels
on.
like a meaty bug.
Yeah. I'm Chauncey, again, going back to just things being eaten that they shouldn't. He's never had one of those things where he ate like a golf ball or something that's kind of funny in hindsight. But he did get we had another dog for years, Zelda, who, of course, we refer to as his older sister. And she got a whole jar of pain pills, 60 pain pills.
Oh, no.
And
God.
Chauncey,
No.
trying to go full Brian Jones, he was always a sucker for Brian Jones's sitar work on some of those early Stones records.
Certainly.
He grabbed it off the counter and took it under the dining room table and ate 58 of 60 pain pills. And I found him in a state of overdose.
Oh.
True story. And that was a 5-day in the pet ICU situation
goodness.
where
Oh, man.
as day 4 opened, they were like, we don't know if he's going to come back. Like they were still waiting for his kidneys to rebound. And then, of course, they did because he's Chauncey the Wonder Dog and he's
Sure.
fine now. But I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks, dude. I appreciate that
moly.
$9,000 you just
Do
took
they
out
do
of our pockets.
the Pulp Fiction thing where they just give him a shot of adrenaline right to the heart?
They did not do that, but they did. The first thing they did was they shoved a bunch of charcoal down his throat. They feed him charcoal, and it just neutralizes like a pH balance, whatever thing. And then
They knock him out first and then feed him charcoal?
No. No, there was another time when he ate a bunch of raisins. Really bad for dogs.
Oh,
Grapes and raisins. Don't feed them to your dogs. Oh yeah,
No
real
clue.
can be real problematic.
Wow,
And there was some
didn't
of
know
those little Sun-Maid boxes you put in your kid's lunch.
Yeah.
Well, he found a pack of 12 and just wolfed right through those with the boxes too. He was much younger, and at that time I rushed him to the vet and they gave him a shot. And the second that needle went into him, he threw up
Okay.
all over. I was
Okay.
like, "What's that stuff?" Because
Yeah.
some nights when I drink too much, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Doggy Ipecac.
You've had adventurous dog ownership. Holy
trust
smokes,
me,
man.
No, Chauncey's he's like, if we had insurance, I told you they'd kick us off the policy. How about a dog? A dog in California came nose to nose with a bull while out on a walk. A bull had escaped its pen.
Okay.
He defended his owners, but the bull did kick a couple teeth right out of the dog's mouth.
No.
Holy
But,
moly.
if he's a dog worth his salt, he's like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
We're
Round
good here.
2. Let's
yeah,
go.
man, let's go.
He took those teeth and spit them out and said, what else you got?
Absolutely. 651-989-ROCK. Let us know if you've got any pet insurance claims of note. Ryder,
Or even if you went to the vet and didn't file an insurance claim, but it's
Sure.
a goofball one, we totally want to hear from you. Are you going to ask me about the tortoises if
I
they do
am.
anything goofy?
I'm going to ask you about the tortoises.
It's just the regular stuff, but you wouldn't do this for other animals. They need to get it's called a beak, but their little nose area, they need to get that trimmed and their nails trimmed, and it's a whole ordeal.
I bet that is a whole ordeal.
Yeah, and it's not cheap.
No, because it's not like you can go down. It's not like there's a tortoise nail clipper on every corner.
No, there isn't.
With experience, I would imagine
involves
not.
Some drugs for one of the tortoises needs to get sedated.
Let's go 651-989-ROCK. We've got a few more really good ones for you. A buddy of mine had a ginormous. It was like a Mastiff Great Dane mix.
Okay.
As big a dog as you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And clearly woke up one day with a tummy ache, not feeling right. Everything off. They take him to the vet. The vet does a scan, and they're like, well, there's some blockage. There's something in his stomach or in his intestine.
Oh, God.
They had to operate. It was a Nerf football.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a regular ass Nerf football?
In two pieces. A full Nerf football.
Oh, no.
Down the gullet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big ass dog.
Brother and sister-in-law have a Mastiff, and he eats everything. I mean, everything is, if you have to put it away or it's going to get eaten. It doesn't matter what it is. They have no discernment apparently.
See, what that does is it removes the what is it? I love having a dog from my life. If my dog wants to eat literally everything.
But I like having a pet that's not a picky eater. That's a plus.
Yeah, sure.
That certainly helps. Paul, anything in your pet ownership history?
So we don't have one. We haven't had one that landed us in a vet or a claim, but we're outside when Elsie was, our 12-year-old was much littler. We had a Lhasa Apso. Long hair, right?
Yeah.
Warm day, and the dog's just out with us. We're running around. I think she was doing a sprinkler or something like that. And the dog's just sitting on the driveway watching. I'm like, oh, this is great. He's not running,
Yeah.
And then we walk in, go back in the house, and I'm behind the dog because I'm like, get in the house. And I see this blob on the hump, on the back end of the dog.
Okay.
Sat down in gum.
Oh, nice.
So the entire bee hole was covered.
Yeah.
So it was, like I basically had to get on the rubber gloves and get to work with the scissors and cut the thing out, all the while fighting the dog while doing that.
Right.
Otherwise, we're just going to have like a poop balloon coming out the back made of gum. It was, it made for an interesting late afternoon.
So that's a pretty big wad of gum.
I mean, it wasn't, because he's a little dog. I mean, it was, but you sit down and flatten it, and a small wad of gum becomes a big wad of gum.
They used to have big thing. There was a stick of gum you could buy when I was a kid called a Big Buddy. It looked like a ruler. It was like that. It was just long and thin, and you get it at the 7-Eleven. It was huge. And Big Buddy. Google it. I'm sure there's an image. It was, and my brother Jim gave a Big Buddy. He put a whole Big Buddy in his mouth and got it all soft, and then put it in our dog's mouth, Rusty.
Why? What?
Who just chewed it and loved it and was so happy and got gum all over his whole face. He's a Springer Spaniel with really long, furry ears. It got in his ears. He was just covered in gum. And my mom was foaming at the mouth, so pissed off.
Yeah.
And I watched, true story, my brother Jim eat a bowl of gravy-trained dog food that night. My mom said, oh, you think you can just give your dog your gum? Here. And she made him, with hot water poured over it, eat gravy-trained dog food. Well, the 70s were a different time.
Points for creativity.
And speaking of foaming at the mouth, Nancy on the Facebook page, her Yorkie bit a toad. He had an adverse reaction, foaming at the mouth and breathing heavy. Come to find out, it was temporary, the toad's protection mechanism. So the toad, obviously, about to get chomped on by a Yorkie, emits some sort of here's some poison, Yorkie. Enjoy that.
This one's gross. From Ken. My dog Knuckles ate a bunch of twine.
Ooh.
We didn't know it. Yeah, we didn't know it. He was walking a little funny, and I looked in. It was coming out the other end. I pulled it, and it was like sausage links.
Oh, boy.
You got to keep pulling that
You just
got
to keep it going.
Pulling at that thread.
Oh.
I like the name Knuckles. That's my bowling name. And but a good friend of mine got a boxer, awesome brindle boxer, and he named it Knuckles, but he had to get my permission first.
Yes.
Is it cool if I name my dog Knuckles? I said, go for it, man. Knuckles was a good boy. 651-989-ROCK. Plenty of stories rolling in now, or you can go to the KQRS Facebook page.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Very much.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's Thursday, which means it's time to play Rank You Very Much, as we will be heading down to King's Place Bar and Grill tonight a Burger Haven in Meesville. We thought, rank you very much today. How about this? Burger toppings. Give us your top 3. You can join in at 651-989 Rock. Text us your top 3. We will go around the burger table right here.
I'm already having anxiety because somebody is going to say egg, and then I'm going to like pre-throw up my lunch on the board here.
Let's not assume anything. There's no reason to assume anyone's going egg. We know you're not going to say egg, so why don't you start it off, Ryder? What's your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my weird one because I can only get it when I'm traveling because it's a southern thing. It is a fried green tomato.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So, yeah, you can put anything else. You can put kale. You can put Brussels sprouts. I don't care. Put, blueberry yogurt. If you have a fried green tomato on the burger, I will eat it.
That's impressive.
Okay,
So,
my question
here
is,
we
will you eat it as a meat burger, or are you going like Impossible?
Well, on vacation, I usually,
We'll have a meat burger?
We get a little funky, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
I like that.
I mean,
Stepping outside your comfort zone.
when in Rome, you got to eat as the Romans eat, and they eat the meats.
Now, I have had a lot of fried green tomatoes in my life. I don't know that I've ever had one on a burger.
Oh, no? Oh, go for
just
it.
right there,
Yeah.
right there on as a side. Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, I do need it on the burger, and then also the appetizer, too.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm
it's real good.
I'm adding it to the list of things I need to add to a burger. That's a solid one.
Yes.
Didn't
All
see
right.
it coming. All right,
No, I didn't
Fletcher,
see it coming either.
You're number 3.
This is maybe the most predictable one ever, and I'm going to make Ryder's nightmares come true. Fried egg.
Whoa.
Every now and then, not often, but every now and then, I need a fried egg on top of that thing. The breakfast, some cheese.
Sure.
And the fried egg, man. It's just, I don't know. There's something. At first, when I heard about it, I'm like, this is disgusting. And there's
Yes,
no way I ever
it
want to
is
try this.
disgusting.
And then I tried it once, and I was like, "Oh man, it's just so full and rich, though, that I only do it occasionally."
I understand, Ryder.
Yeah.
But just to you approved. You threw your hands up in the air when you just said yes, it is disgusting. And just to confirm, there's not a time in life when an egg isn't disgusting in your world, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
okay,
that's
just making
true.
sure.
But you got the yellow ooze all over
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah,
You
close
want
your-
to eat
Close
that?
your eyes in it. Close
Yep.
your eyes and imagine that yellow ooze dripping down the sides of the meat. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
My
thank
number 3 sounds boring. I get it, and I'm this is how I picture this. If I'm making a burger at home, not a restaurant, but like, what is it? What am I going to go to the wall for? What really pleases me?
Okay.
Lettuce. Just listen, a crisp, recently rinsed slab of iceberg lettuce on a burger. It's like the yin to the meat's yang. It provides, and I'm not normally a texture guy, but that crisp crunch. The texture, that snap with every bite really makes a difference to me. And that goes back to childhood. Every Saturday, the Gorman family, it was hot dogs and hamburgers. That's what we called it. On the big Weber grill, hot dogs and hamburgers. And I would get that burger, and I would peruse through looking for the perfect slice of lettuce, the big leaf of lettuce. And if you get the right one, it works for me. I'm a man of simple pleasures.
You're going to get the crunch, and it's also going to bring like a freshness to it, too. Probably,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Just-
And again, it's got to be just rinsed. I mean, I want a couple of water drops on there.
As soon as you put it on the burger, though, then it gets warm, and then you have warm lettuce, and that's not great.
You've never seen me eat.
Okay.
It doesn't take long.
4 bites done.
Eighth child at a table, there's no pacing yourself with a meal. I had to eat fast before everyone else took my food.
And when you say eighth child at the table, I'm surprised that you guys even had toppings for your burgers, because there were 2 kids at my table, and we did not.
Or table.
Yeah, it was, here's the burger, maybe a piece of cheese, here's some
Right.
ketchup, we're done.
Got it. Okay. All right. Very good.
Okay.
So let's move on to our number 2s, Ryder. So you have fried green tomatoes. I'm
my number
very
3.
excited for your number 2.
Okay, and I don't technically know what this actually is, but every time it goes on my burger, it is much tastier. It's any type of aioli. The garlic aioli, the chipotle, it can be cranberry. I don't care. It doesn't matter when they put. I don't even really know fully what it is. When they put it on there, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
You can put aioli of almost any flavor on almost anything, and I'll eat it. Aioli, there's just it's a magical word that just means phenomenal, I think, is what it translates to roughly.
It means flavor boom.
Oh, my God.
Is that what you're telling me?
It means unbelievable yum yum.
All right, fair enough. So let's go on to Fletcher's number 2.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it
my
can only
number
be
2.
up from here. You can't go any worse than fried egg.
I think you'll approve of this one.
Okay.
Every now and then, I like a simple burger. Give me really good meat blend and cheese. That's really all I need. But every now and then, I like a little kick. So give me throw some pickled jalapeno on there, baby.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Sure.
get the kind of, it's almost got like a light sauciness to it. You know
Sure,
what I mean? And
sure.
it's got a spicy kick, a little tang. Yeah, jalapeno can elevate, man.
Very few things I won't add a jalapeno to. Just,
Fair,
in
fair.
general. It always does the job.
Game on.
Fair enough.
My number 2, again, I'm just going straight, chalk here. Red onion. But it's important. It needs to be just a little. Like one, if you're going with a whole slice, take the middle rings out. Just give me a very thin slice, maybe a few tiny diced pieces.
Yeah.
Just enough to get my attention. You know what I mean? If it's too thick, you've ruined the burger. The challenge is in that balancing act. You want that red onion to lightly graze the shoulder, don't tap. You know what I mean? Just like it's like when you think you see a ghost. I saw the shape, right?
Yeah.
I saw it there, and I know it was there, but now I can't quite be sure. That hint of a little tasting of it lasting after the taste. That's the perfection with the red onion. Just enough to go, wait, okay.
Yeah.
All right, it was there.
That little bite, yes.
Right there, right on the tongue. That works for me.
See, I'm a caramelized onion guy on burgers. It didn't make my top 3, but that's like a staple as well. Onions are just never a bad answer, kind of like aioli.
651-989-ROCK. Give us your top 3. Rank you very much. Burger toppings. The text line has exploded as if it were dipped in your aioli. Anything of note, Paul?
When you order your burger, don't forget to get cheese curds. That from Terry. I don't know if I can get on board with cheese curds.
Nah, no reason to combine. So you don't. That's like it's like saying
it's
that.
Overkill, yeah.
It's overkill. Thank you very much. That's what I was getting at.
It really is. Bacon, blue cheese, mushrooms. Not all together. Just my top 3. That's from Hummus Bob.
All right.
I can respect that.
Yeah. I'm good with all those.
You could do all those together.
You could.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe I have, and it works wonders.
And this one relevant to today. Grand Slam at King's, where we're going.
Do we know what's on the Grand Slam?
I'm assuming, yes. I'm assuming this is all on a burger.
Yeah.
Hot dog, egg, cheese, and bacon from Ron.
Oh.
That is way too much.
Wow.
I don't know.
A burger's a lot as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need hot dog and egg and bacon. Oh, my God.
King's Place apparently does some magical stuff, so maybe they've cracked the code.
That's like my favorite ever hot dog was the Pink's in LA, the bacon burrito double dog. It's 2 hot dogs wrapped in bacon, soaked in chili, and then put into a tortilla for a burrito.
Oh wow!
Oh my God! You've lived and then you've really lived.
Yeah.
There's a before and after when you first get on those. All right, time for our number ones, Ryder.
Okay, here we go.
I'm still reeling from the fried green tomatoes. Very excited about that. I like that pick.
Okay, well, you're not going to like the number 1.
Okay.
Because the answer, which you mentioned before as your number 2, is onions. But I don't want a hint of onions. I want to be assaulted by onions.
Really?
And it's any kind. I want the red raw onion. I want the caramelized onion. I want the sauteed onion. You do some crispy fried onions. Let's freaking go.
You know what? You if you go to Five Guys, you kind of craft your own burger. And I will do. They offer caramelized, fresh, and crispy. And I will do all 3 of those with a piece of cheese over the top. Man, that's pretty solid.
Living. Livin. Livin.
So the onion sweats, you're not afraid of them at all. You're fine to just reek like an onion later.
I'm well hydrated, and that tends to combat everything. All the smelly situations.
God,
I like that.
Between aioli and onions, I don't think that Ryder and I have ever been this lockstep before on any topic.
Okay,
fair enough.
All right.
I'm with you on those, man.
Okay, so
well done.
So what's your number 1 then? Is it aioli?
No. I mean, it could be very easy. You know what? This kind of could be in a way, I guess. But no, I do like from time to time a bacon jam on the top. Bacon's fine.
Yeah.
But when you take it to a jam and you just kind of add in that kind of syrupiness to it.
What is
bacon
jam?
So they take onions, garlic, vinegar, and you caramelize it in a pan.
Okay.
And it becomes a bit essentially like a jelly. And
see.
And that's warm and it goes on top of the burger.
Add
oh my
bacon
God.
to that.
Yeah.
Is
Bacon
this the same consistency as lutefisk, like the fish jelly?
Wow.
I've never had lutefisk fish jelly.
It is.
It's kind. It's caramel. I think of how bacon, if you chopped it up into little chunks and then caramelized it with other things. Think of like you can imagine what the texture would be like. It's got the crunch of the bacon, but still got like almost like a syrupy nature to it, like caramelized onions have. It's oh my god, it's so good.
When you said bacon jam, I just pictured this little festival I played in Illinois once, but it just sounded like something in a small town in the Midwest. This year, the bacon jam.
Oh, it's so good.
Steve, real quick, this popped up on the text line. Soy sauce and cheese whiz on a burger from John.
Soy sauce and cheese whiz.
I think that's one of those where you just have to take him at his word and just trust that
you'd have to you'd have to try it before you.
I will taste test this.
Yeah.
I absolutely will. So
strangely, I feel like that would go well together, just like off of memory.
Right?
What I would probably do is I would fill my mouth with cheese whiz, throw a couple shakes of soy sauce, and then shove the burger on top. Because if you hand me some cheese whiz, it's going right to the mouth. You can't put that on something. You got to put it right in your mouth. Okay, here's my number one. If you want to cover your ears, go for it, Ryder. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Fried egg.
1 egg.
Yeah.
Listen, and it better be runny. I mean, you can call it fried, sunny side up, over easy, whatever you specifically want to call it. You put an egg on my burger, and I feel like I'm an aristocrat or something. It gives me a continental flair. The first time I ever saw this offered on a menu as a topping on a burger was the first time I went to Los Angeles in 1990. And I stared at it, and I was like, I'd never seen that. I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
And I was like 24 years old, and I stared at that, and I think I felt the way Lindbergh must have felt as he saw the French shore approaching the Spirit of St. Louis. I have crossed a line from which I will never return. Maybe even Neil Armstrong taking that final step down. I was like, oh my God, a fried egg on a burger? Yes, Lord, yes.
Yeah, it's funny that you said aristocrat at Red Robin, that chain.
Yeah.
I mean, for a chain, they make some pretty good burgers.
Yeah.
They call the one with an egg on it the Royal Robin. So there you go. Yeah, and I would have had mine up closer to number one too. I just don't eat it. So being number one though, do you get this more often than not?
No, that's not the point. No, you got to save it for a special occasion.
Yeah.
Final little note on that first time in LA, first time having a fried egg on a burger. I was sitting in a restaurant 15 feet away from Soupy Sales. So maybe that's got a part of it too. My second celebrity sighting ever in LA was Soupy Sales, and I was like, there's Soupy Sales and there's an egg on my burger. I don't know why I would ever leave this place.
Yeah, that's one out of left field.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Let's talk about ice cream. Mint chocolate chip. That's all I ever need.
That's
really?
it. I like other types.
Like I will caramel and
I love them. Yeah. I will try any type of ice cream. I enjoy most flavors, but in a pinch, if you say you get one, I'm always going mint chocolate chip.
Same. One. If I had one for the rest of my life, that would be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maple pecan. Yeah, that's
okay
in a certain time for sure. Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. What about breast milk ice cream? Breast milk ice cream.
Chip and mint breast milk ice cream?
No. No, there's a company, Frida and Oddfellows, this small batch ice cream company based in New York. They've got a limited number of breast milk flavored ice cream pints going out nationwide. That's right, breast milk.
I've never tasted breast milk, not since I was a baby, and clearly I don't remember that stuff, and it didn't last very long. Have either of you tasted breast milk? Would breast milk flavored ice cream be good?
I have tasted.
You got the kids, and I know it's been around.
I have tasted breast milk, and it was not intentional, but it wasn't awful. It wasn't like a horrible thing at all to have happened. There was a spill, and a big dollop went airborne and went right in my mouth, like something you couldn't recreate if you tried. And it was like, hey, that tastes okay.
All right.
But I didn't then follow that up with, let me go ahead and start sipping on this now. That breast milk was like liquid gold for the young lad. It was not there for me.
No.
Put it that way.
I've avoided it. And I don't even know if I don't know if I can even explain why, but it just sounds disgusting to me. Like, I realize that it's natural.
The milk of life.
Right. It's natural. It provides unbelievable nutrients to our babies.
Yeah.
I just don't have any interest as an adult in tasting it. I don't know why. It grosses me out.
Well, that like a dad thing? You need to taste the breast milk? Don't all dads do that?
I've heard that a lot, and I know dads who have like gone out of their way to say, let me see what this tastes like. And again, I was like Switzerland. I didn't care either way. I didn't think to myself, let me do that. And then when I did get a few drops in my mouth, I didn't recoil in horror. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Sweeter than I imagined. And I was like, I probably loved that when I was a kid too. But so this ice cream that is available, they have a big tanker truck breast milk ice cream that they're delivering it in, which is pretty funny. Sure. Now, it's not actually made of real human breast milk.
This makes it even more interesting.
They're saying that the flavor is designed to mimic the breast milk.
Oh, we didn't hook ladies up to the big suction thingies and steal their milk? Well, that's good.
No, we did not. The company says it's a sweet, little salty, smooth, with hints of honey and sprinkles of colostrum, and features a distinct colostrum yellow tinge. Now, colostrum is colostrum is
about to ask.
Colostrum is it's the first milk that comes out of a mother's breast, like day of birth, maybe the next day. Okay. By 2 or 3 days in, it converts to what we would consider breast milk. Mm-hmm. It's like really nutrient rich, very thick. Mm-hmm. The initial milk, if you will, the colostrum, is not what then follows. It's like super powered for that day of birth and the next day type of vibe.
Right.
Like a protein shake.
What to expect when you're expecting. Guess who read it cover to cover? This guy.
Excellent.
That was one way of managing my stress and anxiety. I better find out all I can.
Sure.
I mean, their ploy is working. To me, it just makes no sense. Like, there's not actual breast milk in the breast milk ice cream, which we probably shouldn't waste it. We should probably... but at the same time... Like, that defeats the purpose.
But is there actual mint in my mint chocolate chip ice cream? I don't know.
Probably
I mean,
not.
It's mint flavoring.
Right, but it tastes really good.
Something tells me it's just a guy with a beaker and a lab coat in New Jersey going, here's your mint. Oh, thanks. That could be wrong. So, but we do have a sampling of it's a TikToker and a food reviewer giving it a try, and he's weighing in on the breast milk ice cream.
So what we're going to do right now is, why don't we try some breast milk? I do want to try it with gold, because why wouldn't we? All right, there we go. I mean, quite honestly, I think it tastes like pralines and cream. It tastes like pralines and cream ice cream, I have to say.
All right.
I mean, if this is what breast milk tastes like, I know why babies are so into it. There you go right there. Breast milk ice cream right here in Dumbo, just like your mom used to make. And I got to say, this might be the best breast milk ice cream I've ever had.
I haven't run into a lot of babies that are really digging on the pralines, but sure.
Yeah.
No kidding.
That's another ice cream flavor I love, though, pralines and cream.
Yeah, I was saying, this guy's singing your song right here.
Yeah, he's really talking my language for sure, but I think it's fitting that this pop-up event that they had was in Dumbo, Brooklyn, because this whole idea sounds Dumbo to me.
Oh, come on now. Down under the Manhattan-Brooklyn overpass. It's an acronym. Sorry, I used to live in Brooklyn. I know these things.
Gotcha.
No, I'm
very, very upscale part of the world these days. Dumbo was the place in the 80s you'd never go there. It's like where, it's like you'd expect to see a Sopranos scene being shot. Now it's like hoity-toity. Now it's the kind of place where they have breast milk ice cream.
I guess
clearly.
So. Yeah.
Although their idea is not so Dumbo, because here we are in Minnesota talking about it.
Milk, heavy cream, skim milk powder, sugar, dextrose, egg yolks, invert sugar, guar gum, salted caramel flavoring, honey syrup, liposomal bovine colostrum. There's bovine colostrum involved. Yellow food color. All right.
So we're drinking the cow's breast milk, like normal.
Exactly. Like all the ice cream we normally have. It's interesting, though, the breast milk thing. So you recoiled in horror at the thought. I was kind of neutral. I wonder if anybody has, like, actively gone, like, oh, yeah, let me get on that. Mm-hmm. And then what does that mean? I see, because I don't like to cross those lines.
What does it say about you?
I don't like to cross those lines. You got your mom, you got your partner, your wife, your girlfriend. You got things can be confusing. I don't know. There's just an Oedipal thing happening right there to me. 651-989-ROCK. Hey, that baby's getting all the nutrients. I want some. I don't know. Something tells me some people needed to grow up. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know what your thoughts are. I forgot to mention, we're talking about the fact that a company has issued a breast milk flavored ice cream.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking that you might want to pull the trigger, I forgot to mention, it's $100 a pint. No, I'm kidding.
Gee.
No,
Okay.
I'm kidding. Just a joke there. It's not real breast milk.
Wow.
But is it really $100 a pint?
No, not at all.
We did get one text. It doesn't have anything to do with the breast milk ice cream, but it is a random suggestion. Didn't get a name, but 612 says chocolate habanero torte at San Pedro Cafe, Hudson, Wisconsin. Fantastic. Heat with ice cream. Who knew?
Sure. I've had hot pepper ice cream before. Chocolate with hot peppers. You know what it is? It was a Mexican popsicle stand that made them themselves, and it was hand dipped, and it was like chocolate with very hot peppers in there in popsicle form. Pretty fantastic, actually.
All right.
Really? Ooh, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh.
Sold on that.
Yeah, very solid.
It just got me thinking, like, how far would you guys go with odd flavored ice cream? Like, and I looked up a couple, and one that stood out to me is called Cold Sweat ice cream. True to its name, it's got two kinds of really hot peppers.
Yeah.
Are you in on the do you like the savory type of ice cream stuff?
Yeah, as long as it's not placenta flavored ice cream, I'm probably in.
Colostrum, green light. Placenta, red light.
That's a line too far.
Got it.
All right. Let's go to a different angle. How about lavender ice cream? Would you try that?
No. Just the thought of it makes me want to throw up. Makes me think I'm at one of those soap stores in the mall. That makes me. I get really overwhelmed with a lot of smells.
Yeah.
And if I go into one of those places that's just full of candles and hand soaps, it's way too much. Shuts my brain down.
Bath and Body Works at Burnsville Center as a teenager was one of my happy places.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the place. I've probably blocked it out of my memory but there's one that they have like the bath bombs and the soaps and all that stuff. And the girls love going. I stay out. I can't do it. It's sensory overload.
Those stores, they should all be called Grandma's Gas. The HAMBONE nominees have been announced. The HAMBONE nominees, a list every year. These are the top pet insurance claims. Pet owners, their pet gets into a little trouble. They go to the insurance company and say, hey, I'm filing a claim. For example, a mutt in the state of Tennessee named Wash. He got sick because he couldn't stop eating cicadas. Thankfully, you only have to encounter this every 13 or 17 years, depending on which breed of cicada. But a dog just wolfing down cicadas nonstop. Yeah, that. Not only would that make the dog sick, that'd make you sick if you had to watch it too. Trust me, those things are so nasty looking.
Yeah.
Is it probably all dogs on the list? Do we know?
No. There's some cats in here as well. Okay. I do believe. Let's see. Well, hang on. I saw a cat. Oh, here it is. Salem is the name of a cat. Now, this is not that exciting. The owner is missing one of the iPods and is still yet to find it, but is pretty sure the cat swallowed an iPod.
What?
A whole iPod?
No, AirPod. Sorry, AirPod.
Oh,
the earpiece.
The ear
Holy
thingy.
buckets.
If a cat swallowed an iPod, I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
No, this is an AirPod. I apologize.
I mean, the things that you could play out of that cat's guts with your phone.
My God.
That would be hilarious.
Well, they used to make guitar strings were made out of cat gut, right? Maybe that's where it all started from. Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
Well, they used to call them that anyway. Hey, 651-989-ROCK, if you've got a pet health story you want to share, we've had no shortage of them today, Paul Fletcher.
Michelle says, my boxer pup, Starsky, good name for a dog, needed surgery to remove blockage from his intestines. Appears the goofball was eating my underwear. Needless to say, I ensured going forward, all clothing was put in a hamper or folded and immediately put away.
Come on.
Yeah, that'll get
Starsky.
you to do the laundry faster.
That's way more of a Hutch vibe, too, not Starsky.
This one's nuts. I had a mutt that drank antifreeze at 10 weeks old.
Oh.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
We took him to the ER vet. She had us go to the liquor store, buy a fifth of cheap vodka. She gave him a vodka IV over the course of 3 hours, and that dog lived to be 18 years old.
Oh, man, that's crafty.
Wait, hold on. Okay, this is, you know what? I smell a rat. I think the IV was just a standard saline drip, and the vet just wanted some vodka.
Ah!
I think that's what was happening
there.
Makes
more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, if I had a puppy come in having had antifreeze, I'd want to belt myself.
Yeah, no doubt.
Something a little stronger than beer.
Yeah.
I feel terrible for this poor little pup. 651-989-ROCK. Let us know what your animals have gotten into. Any last moment texts coming in, Paul?
We did just get one from Justin. Said we had a blue heeler once that ate a hockey puck, the Genesis portion of the Bible, part of a curtain, and part of a quilt.
Ew.
I got to go back to the hockey puck.
Wait, was this
I don't know how you get that thing down.
Was this all at once or over the course of, like, the puppy's lifetime?
I'm going to assume over time. I can't imagine you taking all that down at once.
Oh, maybe they left him alone for the weekend and he just went haywire.
Man, I probably not the only guy who never made it really all the way to the end of Genesis and said, I'm done with this book. I'm going to set it down.
Sure.
Hey, today at 5:30, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I would recommend joining us at King's Place in Meesville. King's Place Bar and Grill. We're going to be there 5:30 p.m. We'll be hanging, we'll be jawing, we'll be drinking, we'll be eating, we'll be, I don't know, there might be some swag involved.
Yeah, there'll be some swag. We'll play, if you ever wanted to get on the radio playing Double or Nothing and be the person who gives the goofy answers at the bar, we'll be there for that. And I do want to say KQ's bestest burger for 2025, the King's Place Bar and Grill is your winner. So, stop and by.
I mean, just coming down just to get on the radio is worth it enough. Come have a burger and get yourself famous.
Come down and be a winner with the winners. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the last word today. You may know someone that you consider to be a miserable, prick. You just go, man, that guy is just as dark as it gets. Okay. But you probably don't know anybody as miserable as Wellington R. Burt.
Okay.
He was a lumber tycoon in the state of Michigan 100 years ago. He died in 1919, and he was worth millions of dollars.
That's when $1 million meant something.
A whole lot. And as he got older and older, he was getting more and more bitter. He was estranged from his family. He thought that all they saw him as was a money tree. So his kids, his grandkids, he was like, they're all greedy bastards. The city of Saginaw, where he was from, he couldn't believe they had increased property taxes late in his life. And so he was mad at his hometown.
Sure.
He was just miserable. So at his death, when they opened up his will, he said this: nobody gets anything. My estate will remain locked in a trust until 21 years after the death of my last living grandchild.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yes. So it wasn't until 1989, 70 years after his death, that his last grandchild passed away, and then the 21-year countdown began. In 2011, the trust was finally unlocked. There was $110 million sitting there, and they found 12 distant descendants who had no idea who he even was, and they split $110 million amongst 12 strangers all those years later.
That's like playing the lottery without playing the lottery.
Yeah. Just get a phone call one day. So we could all one day get a phone call that says, hey, your great-great-great-uncle was a miserable prick, and I know you've never heard of him, but he left you $11 million.
Yes, there's a lot of saltiness in my bloodline, so I'm waiting for this phone call.
Very good.
I got one in there somewhere.
Hope springs eternal, Ryder. All right, tomorrow on this very show, we're going to play a game called Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
We'll be giving away a cool prize tomorrow, and I imagine that means we'll be recording some answers at King's Place Bar and Grill tonight for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Can't freaking wait.
Get feisty.
If you see Ryder approaching with a tape recording looking device, or not really tape, but a digital recording device of some sort in her hand, get ready, clear your throat, and get on the radio.
It's just my phone, so I'm going to sneak up on you real quick.
I was trying to make it sound fancy.
And she may or may not be smelling like onions.
That's a good point.
Right.
We got burgers on the half shell. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Fletcher, what's coming up next?
We got Ava Brothers tickets. Text keyword around 1:30. Commercial free just before noon, and just after 10, a song from a Minnesota band who's been parodied by Weird Al Yankovic. Not much higher esteem can be thrust upon a band than that.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live, or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.